Hi, I'm Terry Manzelli. Today I'm here with President and co-founder of LifeAid BevCo, Aaron Hinde, and we're going to discuss the most important metric to the overall health of your business. So I'm going to hand it off to Aaron to do a little self-intro, and we'll hop into it.
Hey, Terry, thanks for having me on. Aaron Hinde, president and co-founder here at LifeAid Beverage Company, or as most people know us, FITAID.
Okay, awesome. So there's a lot of KPIs that indicate the health of a business. What do you feel is the most important one business owners should be paying attention to?
Yeah, great question. I mean, as you mentioned, there's hundreds of KPIs that you can and probably should be tracking. I mean, just for us at LifeAid, when I get my daily dashboard, it's probably got 40 plus metrics on it that I'm looking at on a daily basis, from revenue to number of new gyms or customers ordering to sales per SKU, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. The list goes on. But there's one that really stands out above and beyond that really indicates the health of a business. And it may not be something that most people immediately think of. And that specific KPI is the number of referrals you're getting every day, every week, every month, and what percentage of your new business is coming in on referrals. And the reason why referrals are so important, and I love looking outside of my own industry, currently in beverage, and a lot of people know I was a successful sports chiropractor for 10 years prior to starting LifeAid, and in that 10 years, I saw on average 30 new patients every month by referral for 10 years straight. Okay,
Wow.
so that's 360 new patients every year, 3,600 new patients over the life of my practice, all by referral. And those were referrals from medical doctors, physical therapists, surgeons, other patients, people that didn't even know me, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And that did not happen by accident. Okay. That was very, very intentional. And so if you're not tracking referrals and percentage of new customers, clients, that come in referrals is something you need to start doing immediately. Now, why is that such an important metric? Again, I love looking outside of my own industry at these type of things. And what I'd like everybody to do is to remember the last time that they had a phenomenal, I mean, 12 out of 10 experience going out to dinner. Okay. And just think back at that for a minute. What was it like when you first opened the door to that restaurant? How were you greeted? What was the ambiance like? What was the wait time? What type of table were you seated at? What was the service like? The appetizers, the bar, the drink menu, or the food? If you look at that entire thing, what happens is it doesn't come down to just great food or a beautiful ambiance or anything. It is the entirety of all of those things put together, which I say is the experience that people have, right? It's the experience. And when you give people a 12 out of 10 experience, they feel compelled, right? Compelled to do what?
Leave a good
Immediately.
review, tell a friend, talk about it.
Tell a friend. The first thing you do when you get to work the next day, oh my God, you got to go try out XYZ restaurant. It is amazing. And then you tell them why it was so amazing. You feel compelled or moved by the experience that you just had to go proselytize on the restaurant's behalf, right? So
Yes.
what we need to focus on as a gym owner or a professional office is managing the experience from the very beginning all the way to the very end. And we can dive into some specifics that have been very successful in my history and my experience that we've set up over time that can really, I think, help people out from a tactical perspective.
Yeah, that actually leads me into my next question. What are some effective techniques and incentives owners can offer their customers or members to encourage them to refer new people?
Right. So when I say experience, I said from very beginning to very end. So the first thing that we need to look at, the very first thing is, how do people typically find out about you? Are they doing an internet search and looking for, functional fitness or CrossFit gym in Santa Cruz, California, right? That's how that may be the step one when someone's like, you know what, I need to get in shape, or I need to lose some weight, or I've been throwing out my back, I need to do some core strengthening. So we're going to do a quick internet search. So step one of this
Before they even
experience
walk in the
is
door.
making sure,
Yeah.
yeah,
Sorry.
exactly, before they even walk in the door, is to make sure that your online presence, your reviews, the images of your facility, et cetera, are all top notch. They're 5 out of 5. If you have bad reviews on any of the review sites, you need to be handling that right away, because that is going to be like kryptonite to a new customer coming in, right? So managing the online reviews. The second thing, what is the next thing that most people do when they find something online and they're like, you know what, I want to engage in this service?
Email or call.
They Exactly. They email or call, right? So one thing that we did very successfully that I've done at LifeAid, and I did for 10 years when I was a chiropractor, is do phantom calls to my office, to my business, and record the phone conversation. And obviously, this is after we've done some training on it, but you can always do better. I highly, highly recommend this. If you have not done this at your business, immediately have a friend or family or hire someone. I used to hire someone once a month, so we never knew when the call was going to take place, to do a mystery call to my office and start firing tough questions at the staff and record it and see how they handled it. And then we would play that recording back in our weekly all hands meetings, right? So just pretend you're calling and I own Santa Cruz CrossFit Gym. Go ahead and go ring
I'm
ring.
pick I'm picking up
Hello.
the phone.
Yep,
Hi.
you're calling me.
Yep.
Well, ring. Well, let's do the whole thing.
The
Ring,
whole
ring.
thing. Okay.
Santa Cruz CrossFit Strength and Conditioning. This is Aaron speaking. Whom do I have the pleasure of speaking with today?
This is Terry. I am calling to see about your CrossFit classes. Not super familiar with it. I'm curious if I could come in this Friday and test it out.
Terry, welcome. I take it from your question that you have never been into our office, or I say gym, before.
No, I have not.
And and Terry, real quick, who can we thank for referring you in?
I actually found you guys on Google. I just did a quick Google search and you guys popped up, and so I thought I'd come and give you a call.
Oh, great. Awesome. Well, we very much look forward to serving you. I asked that question because 80% of our new clients that come through the door are by referral, but I know we have great Google reviews, so I'm sure that's why you're giving us a call. We would absolutely love to have you come in on Friday. And what we can do is show you our facility, walk you through our process. What are your current goals and what motivated you to give us a call today?
I'm just looking to get more active, lift some weights possibly. I don't have much experience in that. I know there's the whole thing of CrossFit being kind of scary, but I'm willing to try it out.
Yeah, I'm glad that you mentioned that, Terry, that CrossFit can be kind of scary. You know, a lot of people before they start classes here, especially women, they have a fear that maybe they're going to get too bulky. You know, they have this misconception that they already have to be in great shape before they even start here. Or some people think that, they're going to get injured during CrossFit. And I'm going to tell you that we are completely professional in how we handle each and every client with very individual programming, and not to worry at all. You're not going to get injured. You're not going to get too bulky, and we are going to take great care of you and make sure that we're completely exceeding any goals that we set out for you. And so on Friday, does morning or afternoon work better for you to come in?
The afternoon would probably work better after I get home from work.
Great. And we can see new clients at 1 o'clock or 3 o'clock. Which would you prefer?
3 o'clock.
3 o'clock? Great. And Terry, I see from caller ID that you called from 831-4207-397. Is that a good number for you?
Yes. Yeah,
I
you
think
can
we
reach
froze
me
for
at
a
that
second.
number.
Sorry.
You're good.
Great. And can you give me a good email as well?
TMANZELLI@gmail.com.
Awesome. I'll tell you what, Terry, I will send you an appointment reminder right now via email, and we will give you a call on Thursday just to remind you and make sure that that time still works for you Friday. We're very much looking forward to seeing you on Friday. Just bring typical gym attire. When you show up, I highly recommend bringing a water bottle as well. And we look forward to seeing you Friday. Plan on spending about an hour and a half with us on Friday.
Right. Awesome. Thank you so much, Aaron. I'll see you Friday.
All right, Terry, we'll see you soon. Bye now.
See you soon. Bye.
Okay, so few things that are super important, right? When I am greeting people, my dad used to always say, you need to answer the phone with a smile because people can hear your smile. They can hear your smile. Just as people can hear if you're in a grumpy mood or you can repel people by the tonality of your voice. So you need to make sure whoever's answering the phone is answering the phone with energy and gusto and smiling, right? Make sure that I'm getting your name right away. And real important, especially as we're building a referral-based business, who can I thank for referring you in, right? Now, if you would have
Yeah, I
been
didn't know if you
referred
want me
in
to
and
say
you would have
someone
said,
there.
oh, my
Yeah.
friend Emily referred me in, she's been a client there for a long time. Great, we love Emily. She's an amazing to our team. Yeah, no, that's all right. We love Emily. And what I would do is I would either call or send a handwritten note, maybe a little gift card to Emily and say, Emily, Terry's coming in. Thank you so much for referring her in. Here's a $20, Starbucks gift card on me, right? Like, so reinforcing positive reinforcement around the referral. Okay. And then a couple other really important things. I'm asking you what your goals are in coming in, what motivated you, so I can write that in the notes to make sure that we're addressing it. If I'm a competitive athlete and I'm looking for a new competitive gym to train at, that's very different than someone that's never done CrossFit before and they're wanting to just get in shape or have weight loss, right? So making sure we're very aligned on what your goals are, super, super important. Then the third part of it is addressing the concerns that everybody already has before they start this. And I've spoken with people at CrossFit HQ about this so many times. I said, look, if you're going to do a marketing campaign for CrossFit, the biggest thing that you could do to help the affiliates is address the concerns that everybody has that has never done CrossFit before. I'm going to get too bulky. I already got to be in shape or I'm going to get injured. If you've never been to a chiropractor before, oh, I'm going to get cracked. Once you start going, you're going to have to go for the rest of your life, right? So it's like you have to address the concerns to put people at ease. Now, let's just pretend we're Friday at 3 o'clock. You come in. The staff needs to be expecting you. And when you come in, oh, Ms. Manzelli, you must be Ms. Manzelli. Welcome to Santa Cruz Strength and Conditioning. I'm Aaron. We spoke on the phone. How are you doing today? Great. I'm going to come around and I'm going to shake your hand with a dual handshake, right? Before we get started on some paperwork, let me give you a quick tour of the facility. By the way, we've got some cold drinks here. Can I give you a free FITAID or a free water? Right? Why am I doing that? It creates reciprocity, right? My whole goal is to get you to commit to treatment or commit to a training program. So reciprocity is one of Cialdini's levers of ethical influence. So we need to make sure we're working that in there, right? Now, Instead, when you go into most offices or clinics or gyms, they just hand you a stack of paperwork, which is all bullshit, and you have to spend 20 minutes filling out. I don't know what's going on in this person's head. Let me put them at ease before I hand them a bunch of boring paperwork, right?
Yes.
Come on,
Yeah.
let me give you a quick tour, show you around the gym, show you the thing. You're seeing other people exercise. And guess what? When you're doing this whole process correctly, guess what? Other people feel compelled in the middle of their workout when they see someone new.
Introduce themselves
Oh, are
with.
you new here? You're going to love it
Yeah.
here.
Yeah.
Dr. Hines the best. When my staff would give people tours of the office, they'd be coming in and hit different treatment rooms. Oh, are you new? Oh, you're gonna love it. Yeah, Dr. Hines, great. You know, oh yeah, this is the great place to be. I didn't ask them to do that. They felt compelled to tell people when they see new people how great it is here. Okay, so we're planting fertile seeds that are gonna bloom later, right? Okay, so then we go through the paperwork and everything, and then we're going to set up. Again, I'm going to ask you, what are your goals in starting personal training or starting CrossFit or starting chiropractic care, or whatever we're starting? And I want to make sure that we are tailoring that plan, that treatment plan, if you will, right, to your specific goals. And here's something that's super important that I see in all professions. People either undersell or oversell what they believe that person truly wants. The reason why they undersell it is because they don't have confidence in their own abilities in the sale process. And the reason why they oversell it is because they are in scarcity mode around money. Does that make sense?
Yes. Yeah, it does.
Like if you came into my office and as a chiropractor and you said, I threw out my back, I've got a marathon in 2 days, I need to get out of pain so I can run the marathon. Guess what? My whole treatment plan is going to be around getting out of pain in 2 days. It's not going to be a 6-month treatment plan. It's a 2-day treatment plan up to your race. That's it. Right?
Yep.
So make sure we're tailoring our plan around what that client is actually coming in for, what they need. Right? A couple other things that are super important for referrals. Communication. Not only once I present my plan to you around your goals and I'm communicating that with you, right? I'm saying, here's what we're finding. Here's my findings. Here's my diagnosis, if you will. Or, I'm saying that you have some real mobility issues. I know you want to get, so you're more mobile. You want to lose some weight, blah, blah, blah. How many pounds do we want to lose? So I'm kind of laying out the diagnosis based on, my findings and your goals. And then I'm saying specifically what it's going to take to achieve that, right? And once I lay that out, I'm going to say we are going to reassess everything and see where you're at this point in time. Really important when that point in time comes up that we're actually doing a reassessment. And the more objective, the better. The goal is to lose weight. Guess what we're going to do in 6 weeks? We're hopping back on the scale, right? We're doing body mass index to see kind of, how much muscle mass we put on. We're doing range of motion studies to see your flexibility, okay, before and after. Because people, maybe sometimes changes happen slow. A lot of times they happen slow. So you need to be able to, predict before and after and then show them the results. Number 2, communication to all involved parties. So obviously I'm communicating with you. I'm writing things out so you can see it. But I am also going to send this plan of action based on your goals to all concerned parties. So if you are going to a chiropractor, guess what? The chiropractor is getting CC'd on this. Your primary physician's getting CC'd. Your physical therapist is getting CC'd. So everybody that is involved with your healthcare and treatment, moving you towards a specific goal, is in the loop and kept in the loop around what is taking place at our facility. This is very important because guess what? 1/3 of my 30 referrals every month were from other medical professionals, other chiropractors, physical therapists, surgeons, PTs, primary care physicians, orthopedics, consistently, right? And those same people are coming into my office. When you have 5 medical doctors that are on your schedule for a day, you're doing good work, right? Because there hasn't always been a hunky-dory relationship between chiropractors and medical doctors, but there could be if you do it right, right? So communication, super important. The reevaluation, super important. Two more aspects to really cultivating referrals. The third thing is actually asking for the referral. Actually, let me back up before the third thing. The actual third thing is being very predictive on what they are going to experience. If you have never done CrossFit before, and even on an intro class, which is a little easier and more scaled, et cetera, as it should be, right? Guess what you're going to feel tomorrow?
Sore, like you just got hit by
You're
a
going to
truck.
feel fucking sore.
Yeah.
You're going to feel sore, right? So what I want to do, and what I did personally, me personally, every night for 10 years straight, I personally called you, Terry. Hey, Terry, it's Dr. Hinde from Today. How you doing? Oh, hey, good. Just wanted to check in. Your treatment went really well. You might be a little bit sore tomorrow because we got in there pretty deep and moved some things around. I want to make sure you're icing things down. You might want to take a couple anti-inflammatories tonight. Make sure when you wake up in the morning, go for a short walk, keep it flat, no hills, etc. I want to reinforce the treatment plan, but also check in with them, let them know what they're probably going to experience the next day. That way, if they wake up and they're like, wow, I do feel better, but I'm a little sore from getting work on, that's totally normal, right? So if I'm at the gym environment, you're going to be pretty sore tomorrow, make sure you stay really hydrated, do a couple of the little stretches after you get moving in the morning that we went over. Great, all totally par for the course. Instead, if I don't communicate any of that and I wake up and I can't move or I'm really sore, guess what? They're never coming back again. Okay.
I think there's almost
And
duality
then
to
the
that, like
last,
you said. Ooh, sorry to
yeah,
add this in there. I think there's duality of the communicating the expectations, but also that follow-up call is going to then forge a stronger relationship with that new customer, new member. Because how many professionals out there in any organization, like you're saying, go out of their way to reach out to that person and see how they're doing, just checking in. You're going to stand out from the crowd if you do that aspect and that part of it.
I'll tell you how many do it. Zero. That's why it's so effective. It's very bizarre to me. A lot of these things are very obvious, but it actually takes doing them and putting systems in place and checking on those systems that these things are actually happening. Okay. And anybody that's will know that they got a welcome letter from me, a handwritten welcome letter saying welcome to the team after they came on as an account. That's part of our standard operating procedure, right? And then the last thing is you need to actually ask for referrals, right? You can cultivate this environment, and there's going to be some people that feel compelled to refer, right? But also having a mechanism to keep it top of mind through communication is important. Now, the number one reason that most people leave a business is not because they're dissatisfied with the care, with the service, with the widget that they purchased, right? You know what the number one reason most people leave a business for?
They found a
I'll
replacement
tell.
that they thought was better.
Well, not necessarily.
Okay.
They're indifferent.
Okay.
Indifference. They believe it's commoditized. This McDonald's is the same as that McDonald's is the same as that McDonald's. I don't have a favorite McDonald's. It's just like they're all the same, right? This CrossFit's the same as that CrossFit is the same, whatever. It's CrossFit. So the only way to combat indifference is through constant value-added communication.
I'm gonna say the
Whether
perceived
that's
value faded.
whether that's a daily email on health and fitness tips, it's got to be value added. The occasional text, so on and so forth. So make sure that the communication's happening regularly so you don't get commoditized and they just go over to wherever the next, cheaper facility is. We don't ever want to compete on price, right? Price should not factor into this because of the experience that we're giving. Like you can have an experience going to McDonald's or you can have an experience going to a Michelin star restaurant. No one's going to say that's going to be the same experience, right? You're getting food. You might walk away full from both experiences, but one's going to be much different. Do you think the Michelin star restaurant gives any shit what McDonald's charges?
No.
No. They don't care, right? It has nothing to do with the type of clients they're trying to attract, right? So we're delivering an experience, and we're going to strategically keep referrals top of mind. So one way to do that is I would also, outside of my phone call, I would write a letter that, again, that I would send out to their various medical professionals, but also obviously send to the patient or client saying, here's our findings, here's our what I'm recommending as a protocol. And then the letter that went specifically to the client would include a PS line. PS, the highest compliment we could ever be served here at Santa Cruz Strength and Conditioning is for you referring in a friend or a family member to join our community. I've included 2 friends and family coupons. They're good anytime over the next 30 days for you to give to a friend or family to come in and get a completely complimentary evaluation and first workout. Okay. And I would have a physical coupon. You could do this digitally, but I like physical. It's more tangible. And I'm sending this to them. So now they have this, and they're all jazzed. They're changing their life. They've committed. And now they're like, hey, my best friend needs to lose some weight. This person's been dealing with chronic pain. They need it, right? And they get those back. And these would come back. These would be the other 2/3. The other 20 a month that I was getting were coming from this. Okay. The other point that you want to ask for referrals is when people are having a wow experience. Say after the end of 6 weeks, we're doing our reassessment. Your flexibility has increased 50%. You've lost 15 pounds of fat and you're looking nice and lean and ripped, right? Boom, we're checking all the boxes. You're like, this is amazing. Like, this is amazing. I never could have imagined the results I got in only 6 weeks time. Like, I absolutely love you in this environment and everything. Thank you so much. Terry, you are awesome. I would love to have more clients in here just like you. The highest compliment, as you know, you could ever give us is referring your friends and family. You know, if there's anyone that you know that's just like you, please send them our way. I'll take care of everything for their very first visit in. Right. So looking for those points when you're getting a compliment, to acknowledge the compliment and ask for the referral.
Definitely. Yeah, so I think you went over a ton of tactics in the entire framework, literally a masterclass on referral marketing as it pertains to owning a gym, owning a chiropractor practice, like you said, from your own experience. Can you uh, end off with any common mistakes or pitfalls people should avoid? You have any you
Oh,
could
there's so many. There's so many. I mean, you look at each. I love there's a marketer, Dean Jackson. He talks about the before, during, and after unit. The before unit is before people become a client, and it's like the marketing and what they're seeing. The during unit is the process of actually making the sale, and the after unit is what happens after the sale, right? So you should think about your business like that in a funnel: before, during, and after. Issues with the before unit, people screwing up the phone call, you know, being being passive in handling the phone, meaning you ask me a question, I answer it, then there's dead silence. This is something I always do as a mystery caller, is invite areas of dead silence and see what the person does. I, being you calling me, I should be driving that conversation towards closing you to come in for an appointment. So auditing how you're managing the phone, auditing how your what your presence is online from your reviews and your website and all that, auditing what do people see when they first walk in. Is there stains on the carpet? Is there a hole in the wall? Is it all dusty and look like shit, or does it look like a professional place where you would want to come and do business, right? So auditing the before unit, auditing the during unit. If you're getting people to come in the door and everybody's coming in and they're coming in for this free class, but you're not closing them, they're not actually committing to a plan
signing up, yeah.
where they're actually handing you a credit card and paying you money, you are screwing up, or your people are screwing up the during unit. You should be closing 80% of those people. Easy. I would close as a chiropractor 98%. 98% of new patients. The 2% I didn't close is because I personally said, I don't believe this is the right place for you. I'm going to refer you out to another office. And for me, I realize that I am more of an alpha type guy. I had very hands-on approach. I deal with high-level athletes. So if you're a postmenopausal, obese female on 10 different medications, I'm not the right guy for you, right? But there are people in town that were perfect for that type of person. So I would refer them out. And guess what? They would be referrers for me too. They were like, oh, thank you so much. Like, this person, I'm wanting to give them money, and they wouldn't take my money because they said this isn't the right place, because I knew I wouldn't get the best results for that person, right? So monitoring the before unit, monitoring the during unit, and then the after unit. Are you providing value? Are you checking in with those clients? Are you communicating with them regularly, right? Are you surprising and delighting them based on different milestones or metrics? Everything in business is, the whole goal is you need to deliver more value than you're charging. And the bigger that disparity, the more value you can do, the bigger that disparity, the delta between value and price, the stickiness your business is going to be.
I love the term stickiness. And then I guess I would love for you to speak on a little bit. People are more inclined, I'm not sure where it came from, more inclined to leave a negative review than a good one.
Yeah, I mean, that's human nature. This probably has, it has its roots. If you look at a lot of things in psychology and what drives us, from loss aversion, these type of things. This is one of those things where if you have a bad experience or someone rubs you the wrong way, they're much more inclined to leave a negative review than a positive one. And even if you just do the math, we've got 9,000 reviews now at LifeAid on Trustpilot, and we have a 4.7 rating. Think of how many 5-star reviews you have to have in order to get 4.7 out of 9,000 reviews. I mean, if you got one bad review and 5-star reviews and one 1-star review, that knocks you down to a 4.0, right? Like, so this is super, super important, making sure that you're doing everything completely above board, that people can feel your authenticity. You're not under prescribing, you're not over prescribing, managing the whole experience before, during, and after unit, to make sure that they are getting not only a positive experience, but a wow experience where they feel compelled to tell their friends and family and leave you a great review. Because it's really easy to do something that rubs people the wrong way and then compel them to leave a negative review. And they're more motivated to do that anyway. So to have an abundance of positive reviews is also another sign, and that goes hand in hand with referrals, that you're doing great work in managing this whole process.
Definitely. Wow. So thank you so much for sharing all of this with us. I'm sure there's tons of takeaways for owners out there. Do you have any closing remarks? Anything you wanted to add?
I just say, look, yeah, I mean, especially for our gym owners out there, but also for our professional offices, whether you're chiro clinic, PT, cryotherapy, etc. Look, we're doing God's work. We're healing people. We're creating mobility. We're getting them out of pain. We're helping them achieve their health goals. I love the saying, when you have your health, you have 1,000 problems. When you don't have your health, you have one, right? So to be able to create an environment to allow people to interact with the world at the highest level, to be the best versions of themselves, that's what we're doing. And we need to understand that, recognize that, celebrate the wins with our customers and clients, and have the conviction and know that, hey, when people come through my door, it is in their best interest that they stick around, they pay me money, because I know I'm going to achieve an amazing experience for them and give them incredible results.
All right. And that's all you have, folks. Thank you so much. And we look forward to having you on again to speak about some other important KPI for the health of your business.
All right. Thanks for having me on, Terry.